have a look down what we're getting. VP taking away the old Invoker. They don't want OG messing around with it.
They're too good with it in multiple positions. I think that's the biggest thing, is the Invoker gets picked, and you can pick, oh, whatever, Top's an Invoker. But the problem is now that we're starting to see that variety. So I do think that the ban is definitely appropriate, as well as the Alchemist and even the Shadow Demon. We've seen OG have incredible amounts of success with the Shadow Demon. They've really loved the hero, as everybody does too.
And it's another one of the heroes they can play in a few positions.
Yes.
To take it away. And OG themselves, no mag strats available for VP.
Nope.
And that Gyro, Kunkka. Also, talk about heroes that played in multiple roles. We've seen Kunkka on both Ramses and No One.
Same thing with Gyro. Also played on Ramses and No One. And also VP was I would say, the originators of the Gyro, where they were the ones playing in the mid lane the most, actually. I do believe dating back to like 2-3 years ago when they were running it with, I mean, not 2-3 years ago, but when they first picked up Roger in particular, they were running Gyro or Shaker a lot, and they were just putting in the mid lane. And that's a surprise.
Well, this was what back at the Epicenter Major, some of the VP started doing a lot back then, right? They love to have this in the multiple roles. Again, this time it's with the way that the hero is and the way it's been nerfed, it's most likely to just be on the off lane, be Pasha, Pasha Omni Knight.
Can you just take Rubik versus this? It's pretty nice. First, they're going to take their Enchantress. That's always really nice because you don't care about Guardian Angel. You don't care about pretty much anything. Really good laner as well. And they're going to go for the ET instead. Okay, so this is another hero that we've seen incredibly popular, being played mostly in the 5 position role, but for some teams, of course, when you have like YapzOr, Lanem, and maybe even for LGD, you could see those placed. It could be, you know, a little bit higher rating for as a 4 position, but yeah, for the most part, it's 5. They're going to take their Lesh, so high magic damage as soon as you see Enchantress picked up. I think we've seen, it's like Enchantress gets picked and it's been either Gyro or Leshrac as a response. Just ways to be able to kill that hero without having to care about the untouchable.
Of course, something that would have been very good against them as well. Having Lesh ET against an Omni Strat would have been very nice. So VP making sure they're the ones to grab hold of it.
Yep.
And instant ban on the Pugna.
Makes sense.
They're running the Lesh, and that does probably indicate that it is likely to be the core Lesh.
Yes,
Again, I guess
imagine.
what Ramses and No One, both of them could play it.
Yes.
Mid or safe.
Flexible hero, and also I feel like Pugna in some games, like we've seen, like teams are either like you ban it. It's like you ban it versus some teams, but versus other teams, you're like whatever because you're not as afraid versus it. OG, you have Thompson, loves Pugna.
Yeah, one of the best.
They could also still be looking at. I don't think they'll maybe they still will ban the Nyx, but I don't think they will.
I think if it's core, I think they might.
I think Rubik actually looks way better for OG than Nyx Assassin. Rubik looks pretty strong versus Omni Knight and Leshrac. Amazing spells to steal all around. Jarex loves to play it. Definitely a possibility.
OG with the bans right now. What do they want to take out? Do they want to start taking out some of the stronger supports left in?
Heroes that can work well to set up for a Leshrac. So maybe something like that. Actually, they ran the Omni Knight, so thinking maybe not so much, but some type of setup. You never like having Leshrac just having to land flat stuns. It's just way too difficult.
Maybe take away some of those high nukes and control for the lane like the Shaman, but they're actually going to look towards the carry heroes. Naga Siren taken out of the mix. Back to VP. Are we going to see a Nyx/Rubik ban? Maybe even as well. Well, I guess. Are you worried about a lifesteal if you're playing a core Lesh, or because you have the Omni Knight, do you not really care about lifesteal being picked up? Or
Maybe actually that could definitely be a possibility. Yeah,
we've seen that one being banned out a few times when the Lesh core comes out.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I'm still really liking Rubik, but I've also been liking Rubik a decent amount of games, and it's actually not getting picked up that often. So.
Well, VP, what's it gonna be? They're worried about protecting those cores. Taking out the supports.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Rubik, Lifesteal, and Nyx Assassin, I think, are the ones that
the
really
big
jump
3.
out.
Yeah, agreed.
As VP into the reserve time, there you go.
It's the Rubik. I think that was the best ban. Yep, I totally agree with that.
And back over the way of OG. What are they most worried about? Is there anything else you want to ban that's going to sort of make the Enchantress's life very hard?
I think just any type of like the setups. I feel like just any types of setups. The Naga Siren feel for me was a little bit like of a like an interesting one because they have the ET.
Do you ban the Ursa out if you're OG? Or is that just something that people aren't playing? Even though that used to be like a VP. Now there was a super hot one from VP. Yeah, and something that can tear apart the Ench down the line.
It goes both ways too, right? Because Ench can dispel the thing as well. You can dispel the overpower. And the overall, like Enchantress just still bullies you. Taking their time.
Maybe if the Lesh is safe lane, there could be the threat of a Lina in the mid lane, something that's also very hotly contested with some of these lineups, and again something that can be very strong against the Ench. They've got a good hero to protect the sort of squishy mids too, with that Omni Knight. So.
I'm wondering what the Jerax hero could be here now, because they take out this Rubik. I know they still really like their Treant. The Treant Protector has been really solid on OG. I don't know if they want to have the double melee supports though, so that's why I'm thinking more these ranged supports heroes for Jerax. Even though we did see double melee supports win last game, it's just not really always seen. So they ban out so it could be
ban Lifestealer themselves.
So which is it? Do they want the Nyx Assassin then?
Lifestealer, of course, we didn't really mention, but that is a hero that destroys both Ench and it.
Yeah, and Elder Titan. ETU hates playing versus that one. That also makes me feel like Jerax could be wanting that Nyx Assassin that we were mentioning from earlier. Because Nyx Assassin does nothing to Lifestealer.
I mean, it certainly seems good, and they've done everything to telegraph that this Lesh is going to be in the 2 or the 1 position. So having a hard counter to it, like the Nyx, would certainly be appealing.
It just might be too early, because then if they do that, maybe you switch to Lesh to support. But oh, are we gonna get blessed with this? Are we gonna get carry IO?
I think it's got to be right. It's gonna be an Ana, right?
Oh my god.
It's gonna be an you ban the Lifestealer.
I hope we get to cast this.
If you're banning the Lifestealer and the Naga Siren, 2 heroes to get on top of him very easily, I think we're gonna get to see the Ana.
They ran it with ET last time too, right? They ran the IO plus the ET together in the lane because the ET Spirit buffs up the IO. You're also tethered to a strength hero with fast movement speed inside the laning phase.
I like it.
AA.
I like it. I'm excited to see it firsthand. AA, quick response. So I think VP they obviously know that it's very likely that IO is going to take our OG is going to take the IO if it's left in the draft. They've come into this series with an idea of how to tackle it.
They need someone. They need their setups though. They need someone like that Sanking, like I was mentioning before. Like right now, they have nobody to set up for these spells.
But then you got to play Omni. What were you saying? Sanking support?
I'm not too sure. I think maybe you're gonna have to move this one to a support Omni. I'm not too sure.
I
just think they need.
Nobody's really playing support Omni at the moment with all those nerfs to Heavenly Grace cooldown.
Yeah, I know it's true.
It's very awkward to play in support.
It is very awkward. I totally agree. All right, for Roger, then he's going to have to play something like that. Earth Spirit, he's going to have to play something like the Earthshaker. They need setup for these two. For Leshrac and AA, they need ways to be able to set up for these combos. They have a lot of damage. So magic damage, we're looking at VP, AA plus Leshrac, the Vortex plus Lesh versus Enchantress. High damage. Okay, so that's Jerax.
He should be right.
Yeah,
Jerax, Pango. There's
a
setup of sorts.
Okay, so putting it on the carry instead, I kind of was not really thinking about that one either. That's actually really smart. And now it could actually still be a support Lesh. They're still leaving it open. But that's a little weird. Never mind.
No, I mean, it could be because, hey,
But then AA Lesh supports that. There's no.
No. But we have seen today a mid AA. I believe spoilers, but
you're
Sumail,
right.
I believe, is winning the game with it right now, or at least has won the game with it. And if you're seeing a carry IO, I don't think you mind raising a core AA.
I mean, you could be right. And also versus the Enchantress as well. It's really strong
no one's definitely played mid AA before, hasn't he? I'm sure we've seen no one AA. They're going to ban off-laners. So
they banned the Brumat. That hero's unpicked, I think, at this tournament so far.
Why would they be worried about the Brew this game? Do you think what would it necessarily be very good at against OG's lineup? Does it make a carry IO game hard?
10 seconds.
I mean, it is a ton of teamfight that they provide together. I've been thinking that Brewmaster was going to get picked a little bit more at this point. Just all the players and all the teams have been telling me that Brewmaster is like unlaneable. We're just going to go for the Grimstroke here. So
okay. I mean, it's against an IO, so you're always going to get easy soul binds.
Their only real setup is Sven.
I mean, and that looks to be what does this look to be? What, Ramsey Sven?
Ramsey Sven. Grimstroke is an AA are the supports.
Yes.
Leshrac mid, and then the obvious ones. Yeah, the obvious ones.
And back to OG. If it is going to be an Ana IO again, we're still looking for Thompson's hero. Oh,
I think it is still Thompson.
Well, unless it's Thompson Pangolier. He's played mid Pango before. And it might be still this game, right? Thompson playing the Pango, is he playing the Tiny? Okay, he's playing the Tiny.
It's a Pango and Jerax. Yeah.
Okay, sticking with what they've been playing more recently, but it is indeed the Ana IO. We've seen it twice before. Won both of the games, right? 100% win rate.
100%
Ana
win
with
rate
his
on carry.
IO. And we're going to get to see it firsthand here on this stream, so all very exciting. Looking forward to see some of the Ana IO.
So they literally only have the one setup stun coming from Ramses. So Leshrac, I feel like no one could have a little bit of a struggle time here setting up for his stuns if he doesn't have Ramses near him. And Ramses might just want to be playing a lot of the farm game here. I mean, I don't know how to judge the carry IO. After seeing yesterday, they were 8K gold behind both games.
And they made
he got
those
Dominator,
comebacks.
he got the Aghanims, and the game completely turned around. And it's the same thing. They have the Elder Titan, which buffs up the spirit damage as well, which makes it do just an absurd amount of damage inside the team fights. So looking at VP, I think it's just like BKB timing. Your Sven gets super buffed, he jumps onto this IO and just kills him. So I think they're gonna have to be playing a bit of a like space-making game with the other 4, while Sven just gets the farm game.
But very excited to
I love
see this
Dota.
go down. Let's see. Can Anna do it yet again?
So now that I have questions. So
Yes.
because we're gonna be going toward, we'll start about the early game where your IO is gonna go for the Dominator plus the Aghanims, right? Now we're gonna go toward the later stages. How does this hero work when you attack tethered allied targets with Pangolier and stuff? How does this ability work?
There's no way that would. I don't think that would do.
What
anything.
about with
if
Tree
you
Volley?
swashbuckle? Tree volley
Doesn't count as attacks.
I don't think it counts.
So
as attacks,
okay, so
right?
those
I
two.
don't think that
So
would
this
do
time
anything.
around,
Well, we'll see. Maybe.
I think it might work with Pango.
Well, you think you just swashbuckle?
Because Pangolier in
It is
ready?
attacks.
So Pangolier, if you have Searing Arrows in ability draft, you proc Searing Arrows on and Impetus on every single of one of your things, on one of your attacks.
If
So I'm
that's
feeling
the
it might work
case,
with the IO.
You might be right. Swashbuckle and
So what about
tether attacks
when you have
allies target.
What if you have an Aghanims on Pangolier and
Yeah.
you're tethered? Do you shoot out attacks all over the place?
No, if because some of those attacks don't hit anything, right?
But what if they do? Or are you just shooting like crazy all over? Someone is
We're
going to have to
gonna
update us with
find
that one.
out. We're
That's-
gonna find out.
Hopefully we'll find
You see,
out because that's level
obviously-
25.
Obviously, as professionals, we know the answer, and we've seen it a million times before. We just want to keep you viewers on the edge of your seat so you get rewarded with the surprise once the level 25 comes out.
The only reason I'm throwing these out there is because the way that OG drafted their games yesterday with the carry IO,
They
it was
had
about
that
it. They
stuff.
had a steroid. They had the Wind Ranger in the mid lane, then they had the Troll Warlord. They had this hero that he could tether with so that when he hits 25, he's able to go absolutely crazy. So I'm throwing some stuff out there. I could be completely wrong, but I'm hopeful to see that if it works with
And
Swashbuckle, I'm super excited
Of
if he
course
gets 25.
I was going to say, he does have
It's
to get
25,
He
yes.
does have to get, which he did, was it in both of the games?
No, the second game he did not
He
hit
did not
25.
get 25. No, it does take quite a bit of time to get to that level.
Or maybe he got it like right at the last second, but yeah.
Sure.
Aggressive tri-lane, aggressive quad lane actually here positioned by VP trying to put the pressure on right away. It will be spotted though. As OG, they'll perch themselves down bottom instead. Tops in. He's also smoked up, so OG, they were smoked as well. I hope somebody gives me that answer though, because I know in ability draft, since I play a lot of Dota, ability draft, if you have impetus as well as swashbuckle as well, you proc individual impetuses on all of that as well. So that's why I'm feeling like swashbuckle counts as individual attacks.
It really just depends on how it's coded.
Yes, that's
so
all I'm thinking about.
This one's up to the Valve programmers. How have they made the game?
I'm super
Did they
curious
intend
to
to make the game in the way that it's going to play? We'll see.
Hopefully we get
Sure
to
they
see
did.
25, but we'll get there if we do. And
Now,
let's just get there.
Ice
Let's
Frog
just watch
knows.
the beginning.
He's watching. He's like, well, I know what happens.
The stun coming forward. They've got the slow as well on No Tail. The tether movement speed though, we'll be able to keep that Elder Titan safe. As it's 3 bounty runes for OG.
Alrighty.
So it will be at least VP beginning this, claiming this one right here. But that was 2 stuns committed also in this aggressive tri-lane already from Ramsey, so down to already 130 mana. But yeah, they're really trying to put the pressure onto this IO. So that means Pasha probably going to have a bit of a rough time down bottom as the Omni Knight, but he'll still get something. He's an Omni Knight in the safe lane. Even though he's versus an Enchantress who's going to be dishing a lot of harassment out versus him, he'll be able to get experience. And a couple last hits whenever it's under the tower.
I mean, which lane do you think is going to suffer the most? Who's drawn the short straw in these lanes?
I'd imagine that it's the top lane that has to suffer for OG. They're versus an aggro tri-lane that's pretty damn strong. If IO steps up too far after a couple of aggressive hits, he's dead to the combo. But that being said also, yeah, No Tail, since he's versus a tri-lane, he's always getting the triple Astro buff. So it's a lot of damage he's punching out as well. And Pasha actually gets 6 and 0 last hits, while Seb only gets... Oh, actually, the whole wave's still pushing in onto Seb, so he actually didn't miss any. But Pasha was able to get quite a lot there.
Now, in this lane, Pasha should be alright on his own against these two, or is he going to start to have any issues?
I think he'll be okay. Like he's gonna be able to force this wave out constantly. So once the levels start building up, the enchantments, it starts being more annoying. But yeah, he looks like he's doing just fine. So these 3 lanes right now for VP set up very nicely. They're farming across the board, and they are putting pressure. Only 3 last hits on Ana.
Bit of harassment on Noah, but no one's prepared. He's got that salve ready and still a shared tango.
Tiny, doing tiny things, of course, in the mid lane. Rarely heroes that he doesn't do bad versus. Still the same kind of thing as we've seen from the Tinies for over the last year plus.
See an attempt here from Ramses. He's going in with the Inkswell, and that'll do it. First blood for VP.
Yeah,
They're able to get in and on top of IO. As you say, this is the lane where OG's going to struggle the most.
Yeah. Pasha now getting beat on quite a bit here. JerAx is able to get the procs as well. And he's actually pushed up really far forward. Pasha's dead.
Seb's the one to claim it too.
Was that? I think that was 3 lucky shot procs by JerAx there with that Orb of Venom as well. So
kill for a kill on the side lanes. In both of the situations where each respective team's outnumbered.
Look at this Topson Hasterun. He's running up top. He wants to help out this tri lane.
Yeah, he's going to get some action here. Toss over. One more punch on a Roger. That'll get it. Inkswell will be attempted to be juked out by Topson. In fact, no, he doesn't need to. He's just going to continue to try and run in. Punch down the AA. Solo's trying to turn, throw what spells he has available out. A tree's picked up. Topson tosses over, gets the double, doesn't quite get Solo, but he's certainly set up for the cleanup. As Ana and N0tail come round, and they end up killing off all 3. Topson.
That's such a Topson move, right? He's just like, my top lane's going bad. I gotta help him out. I'm going in. Gives up his life for the better cause to help and save that tri lane. The madman. And he comes right back to the mid lane. So has TP available, of course, and he didn't actually get set back too much. He's same experience, same last hits.
Very much. I'd absolutely value trade there from OG. Sure, Topson dies, but he's back up to full HP and mana. And back to the lane quicker than he would have been if he walked back himself.
Yep. Ana still, of course, suffering in last hits, unable to really get much of anything anyway. Only 8 still for himself here on the IO. Missing a couple here under the tower. We'll get that one here.
Bottom lane Pasha still finding a very good amount of farm. In fact, still continue to out-farm Seb top lane. With a fight attempted from N0tail and Ana with the help of JerAx's rotation, and it will get them the kill on Roger. OG continuing to sort of pull resources towards that top lane and strengthening.
The toss back.
Topson. Toss back underneath the tower, blocking him off as well, getting those tower hits in. Topson quite got the damage to finish off. Firing the bottle charges.
He's got another toss. He's diving. Okay, he's not.
He was seeing if he could get in for that. It's not going to be quite the case.
They're giving out a TP mid now with Roger. Refill the bottle so no one can keep inside a lane instead of having to go back. So he'll at least stay as the Slash in mid versus Topson. But Topson's committing forward. He wants to go for the kill.
He's in. Combo. Is it enough damage? It is. He just walks up and takes the life of no one in that solo kill.
He puts the loser down, of course.
I mean, that's a 1v1 heads-up kill from Topson.
He did the math.
Continuing to make these plays from mid lane to top lane. He's involved in 4 kills before the 5-minute mark.
And now top also, JerAx looking to commit forward on these bounty runes. JerAx taking a ton of damage though.
He will die for it. See if OG can find the trade. They have cornered Ramses. Ramses popping the stick charge. Can't get away though. Ana and N0tail will be able to find him. Sure, JerAx dies, but they're killing off VP's position 1.
Yeah, they're getting tons of trade kills all over the place. See. Pretty damn good start here for OG. That being said, VP, still, they're looking very good inside these last hits. You see Pasha is free farming down bottom. Lesh, no one's still having a good time in mid, but he's going to have to tank up. I think buy the Bracer, buy a Raindrop. I think that's like the key things you're always going to be want to do versus a Tiny, as Topson is looking to just go for this pressure non-stop.
So the HP that Topson has, there's no way that no one can really nuke Topson out of the lane.
Yeah.
He can stand his ground, take the CS. Start to move towards top once again with these movements. JerAx spotting out solo.
I mean, Ramses has 28 last hits, but his farm is pretty poor because he just died twice. And he's had to just kind of commit to help out his team a lot in this aggressive tri lane. He's not doing so good.
See both sides. Look for the rune. Oh, look what he's got again, Topson. He gets another haste rune.
Oh my god.
The second haste rune this game, and that's going to allow him to get him by the shrine. Shrine will be popped. Roger does stay alive for now. JerAx trying to finish him off. Will be able to break the cold feet by swashbuckling to the side. Topson continuing to chase with that haste rune. Will be able to run down solo.
And Roger too. He's going to continue chasing for this one. He has another avalanche in 3 seconds. A toss to Roger. Topson will give him some mercy instead of diving and maybe dying for the kill.
2 haste runes though.
They're still pinging top. They want Ramses. He steps back into the stomp, and there's a rotation. We see Thompson's wrapping around.
Setting over, like a shot procs there onto Ramses. They get the toss into the Avalanche. Thompson, he's got his eyes on both of them, and he's going to be able to get them. The setup again from this Tiny. Thompson popping off.
And they're looking, and Notel even tips no one, because he's just like, no one's just sitting in the mid lane passively while Thompson's just running around making all the space in the world.
This is the point. And he's
and
got
Roger
another.
as well.
Thompson, he's killing everybody.
He's gotten the 2 best runes
I mean,
in the game
you know,
for himself as well with the haste runes, but oh my god,
This is the point where if you're VP, you're pinging your mid. You're like, dude, their mid is just ganking and destroying us. We need help. But
Yeah.
as a Lesh, he can't do what Thompson's doing for sure, but it's got to be frustrating for VP to just see Thompson have this freedom to run up and down from top lane to mid lane, causing absolute havoc.
And they're just continuously running at them. No, look at this. They already have the Dominator now finished on Ana. He's starting to get aggressive. He's tethered up. They're looking to make all
This
these
tri
aggressive
lane
plays.
is absolutely over on the top lane.
This Sven's game is starting to feel pretty damn over. He's level 4. He's got 2,400 net worth in comparison to the 3,200 of the dual lane IO that they had up top. OG just running rampant over VP right now, 12-3. Oh my god. And the rune again, they're setting up for it, so 4 seconds till rune spawns. They're not set up. VP, we see no one is running toward bottom. Is he going to be able to get a lucky one? Nope, Thompson gets another one.
Again, and it's a very good one. An Invis rune. That's a kill in a bottle right there if he wants to go for it.
All of VP, they're just positioned all around each other now. We see the 2 supports level 3, Pasha's level 6, but this is now, Pasha can't lane bottom either because Enchantress hits 6. This is looking extremely problematic right now for VP.
See what Thompson's saying. He's going down bottom, nobody is around there, so won't be able to quite find a jump.
No one's going to be playing just the farm game now, it seems. I was saying I'm very concerned for VP because they only really have the setup from the Sven, and now Sven's been shut down. What do you expect? You want Ramses to run around making plays for your team to set up for your Leshons? It's not what he wants to be doing. So they're going to have to start making these moves around the map that are a little bit awkward for no one. I feel like he has to start to become that space maker for Ramses. And he doesn't have setup if Ramses isn't there, like we mentioned in the draft. OG. Now starting to pressure some towers here. Seb building up tanky, of course. Treads, Bracer, Raindrop, like we were mentioning. And then he's going to be going back for a Hood just so he doesn't have to worry about all that magical damage that VP does have. But they're just freely pushing this one. Ana's free farming. Ramses is at least getting some space in the jungle with some with some stacked camps here, but besides that, the rest of VP is just running around.
Total chaos being caused by OG in these first 10 minutes of play.
Yeah.
It's hard for VP's heroes to keep up with.
It's scary for no one, like I was mentioning. He's got the Bracer finished up, so he's a little bit tankier, but they have so much burst damage. That's why they picked up the Tiny. They saw the Lash, like, this Lash is going to be core. We know how squishy this hero can be, and that's why they wanted this hero for Thompson. All that mass burst damage versus these 2 squishy supports as well. AA plus Grimstroke.
See what they can get it. Thompson. Just going to TP up towards the top lane as these bounty runes spawn.
So they'll get 3 as well for OG, so continuing to grow that lead. We have Tomes coming out here, but the supports of VP, both level 3, like we were mentioning, they are very far away from those level 6s that they kind of need. It's Roger, couple impetus. Will hide himself in the tree line. Do they connect Avalanche? They do.
They do. They've got him. Another kill for Thompson to get involved in mid lane. Jerax is going for the roll. He's going to set up for the stomp. In fact, he's caught both of them. Gets the angle perfectly onto both Solo and No One.
Oh my.
2 more deaths on VP as they are getting absolutely slaughtered.
You know, I really don't like saying this one, but this game is looking pretty impossible for VP to come back. And knowing VP, they're probably feeling pretty devastated right now. They're starting to ping their mid tower, so this is their big X factor. Can they defend this mid tower here and take a fight versus OG? It's really not feeling like it right now, as they're not ready with their heroes at all. Ramses is showing up, but this is a Sven with a Midas. So here we go, the rotation's coming in. All of OG is positioned here.
See what sort of a setup no one can find. He is on top of Notel. Notel backing off the side. They'll get him. They'll get 1. Now VP will try and chase for more. Thompson is there waiting on the high ground. Trying to run down Seb. Thompson hiding in the trees.
They have to be careful once Heavenly Grace starts wearing off.
He's going to turn. Impetus is out. They'll pop the ult. GA will be there. OG simply looking to wait it out.
They got the silence on him as well.
Anna's trying to come in with the save with the tether. They got the damage to kill off Seb. The bug's been killed. Seb is still alive. Finally falls for Jerax. The rolling thunder angle. It's on all four of them. Jerax gets them beautifully cornered against the wall. As no one's out, Pasha's going to be chased off the side. Ramses will now turn towards Jerax. They will be actually able to kill him. Despite the angle and the combo, VP get the 2 kills. OG will still find the trade, getting the double for Topson. But that certainly could have got a lot messier for VP there. They do get an even trade.
They kind of ditched Jerax there, right? They, instead of going for and maybe getting the Sven kill, they actually went for the right side, going for Pasha instead of actually getting the Sven. So some room there for Ramses that VP desperately needs in this game. And they defend their mid tower. That's the other big important thing. They push them away from that tower and keep themselves some type of map control. This mid tower is going to determine so much if VP is going to be able to hold on. If they lose this tower, their map is so short. They only have just a little bit of space for themselves, as OG will be able to continue invading. Roger.
Seb.
One more hit.
The swashbuckle, but out of range. The purification keeps Roger safe and out of there. Push on OG. So they can finish off the tier 1. Pasha stepping forward. Jerax. Catch eyes on him.
Anna's halfway to Aghanims, by the way, during all the space. Since his team is the ones running around making space, and he's been mostly just farming up during all of this. He's approaching that. Very scary timing. He's already got the level 10 talent also picked up. The big one, of course, is that 15 when you get that plus 75 per spirit. But still.
All 3 cores of OG just sitting at the top. And time is going to be needed for Ramses to start to break into them.
Yeah.
With that Midas. He has the opportunity to get the Midas plus an item on top and Echo Treads. He is going to be able to turn up to the fights with the God Strength and still have quite an impact. But it's going to be hard. Especially with the stomps, the avalanches, rolling thunders, a lot of ways to just roll over the Sven and make it hard for Ramses to lock down on a target.
It is a lot of team fight just provided from OG between the 2 supports, right? The Pangolier as well as that Elder Titan sitting in the back lines able to get their spells off is going to be really devastating, and they're probably going to because, like we said, the VP stuns and setup are very tough to execute. It's only Ramses to set up for that Lesh stun, for that Ice Vortex. Sure, they have Inkswell, of course, with that stun, but it's tougher to set up without an initial. So OG continue to put this pressure on with their 4 heroes. You see there are 4 of them playing into the enemy jungle. Now they're looking to react and defend this top tier 1. Anna, he has relocate available too. So he can join.
He's not only just picked up a Blink Dagger, but he's also found a double damage rune.
He's getting some
Every
good
single
runes.
Rune that he could have wished for, it's being granted for Tops in this game.
I mean, how many power runes has he? I see he got the illusion rune. Has he gotten like every single power rune almost this game? It does feel like it. As he's committing forward, DD, no one.
Oh, who's going to find him? Has he got the damage alone? Jerax is here. So with the Rolling Thunder, Ice Blast has been sent out onto Topson. They get the splitter onto the 2 of them. Topson turning with that DD toss up. Can he kill off? No one, he can. No one's dead. Pasha's going to try for the rundown on Topson, but Topson baits it out. Now the backup's in. Seb starting to throw forward. The impetus is onto Pasha. He's surrounded in the trees. He's going to go for the TP out. Won't be able to make it though. Topson blinks in, tosses him up. Pasha's still on the retreat, trying to run. He's hiding himself, but the impetus from Seb gets the kill. OG again able to take 3 and lose nothing in return.
And that's them taking the team fight with what? Three kind of heroes poised around the area. The 4th one shows up afterwards.
And Anna's
just still farming, and now he's got the eggs finished up without even having to be involved during most of this. Topson he's just single-handedly kind of running around. I mean, not single-handedly. He's getting some help from his teams, but overall, this man right here, pointing at us, right, he is just having almost a perfect game. That 1 death top, absolutely worth it to set up for success, to break the tri-lane from VP, to make sure that Anna has this spectacular game.
Against this AA, Lesh and Grim, it's 15 minutes in. Seb's, he's farmed up a full pipe.
Yeah. And Topson gets the toss back as well on no one. The relay kick coming forward, no one. In a big, difficult place here. Ramses still
didn't get the stomp on him.
They actually missed it there.
Ramses is in. The GA backup. They're bringing them down low. VP striking back hard. The Soulbite continue to latch the 2 together. They'll get the 2 kills. Now they can try and look for more. Anna relocates out, but Zeb, he's been left behind. He has got that untouchable, slowing down the hits of Ramses. They'll try their best to chase.
The buybacks.
They come. OG want to turn this around. Topson coming back into the action. Roger immediately teeping out. Pasha's been left behind. Pasha will fall. Jerax rolls in on top of Solo. They'll find the AA as well. As OG, they'll lose heroes. They'll buy back. They want to keep the pressure on.
Looked a little scary for a second, but just how tanky Seb is. I think Ana was still silenced from the Phantom. He wasn't actually able to like tether and grab Seb, but either way, they were able to reset the fight from the buyback and chase forward as Thompson does die, but they will still continue this pressure forward, and they're not really letting VP farm, right? They've got Ramses with this minus, but they're not giving him the space to actually get any type of last hits. No one now desperately pushing down bottom to be able to get his item finished up, his Yule Scepter, but they're just running at them, not giving them any breathing room. And almost level 15 now on Ana. So that damage, especially with No-Tail about to have max natural order, we know how much those spirits can really do. As they've ran these two Elder Titan plus the IO yesterday. Same combo.
Playing such a fast-paced game of Dota OG.
Ramsey's just still, he's trying to find any type of farm here. He's killing the Dominator creep. Will they finish it off? They will. Okay, so he gets 200 gold at least from that one. But as we see this Dota plus win probability.
88%. It's not a surprise seeing just how well OG's able to close the map up and not let VP have any sort of space to farm.
Another haste, another power rune. It's every single time. He gets every single rune. Especially now. They have all the map control, so you kind of expect it. But yeah, Thompson just...
And he always gets a kill. At the minimum with it.
Yeah.
Always manages to make something happen.
No mercy. As VP, 17 minutes in, all 4 heroes positioned around each other, farming together. Deep wards already placed by OG. And there's that 15 talent, of course. So, yeah, Ana's damage in these fights is going to be through the roof.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Just taking towers as they wish. VP not in a position to turn up and try and hold. He's out of
Relocate
towers.
bottom. They see no one. Jarek's already set up.
And that's
this
all they
looks like
need.
an easy one.
Set up into the combo, who yules himself up, but there's no getting out of this for no one. As any time, any sort of space is spotted out, Ana more than ready to counter that solo push-out play with the relocate.
They're just going to... OG's just going to continue to suffocate them, and that's exactly what's going to happen if you split push, like you're saying. Yeah, they just have so many different tools, and you look at the map, there's just wards surrounding the whole area of VP, and VP, if you look at their vision, they don't have much of anything. It's a dark map for them. They just have no information whatsoever. They can't even walk outside, as they will just get jumped immediately. Ramses, what's he gone for here? He's gone for the Echo Saber, so he's got that at least for his damage, but even walking in, there's so many ways to control him. If he doesn't have BKB in this game, they have the Spirit Slows, the ET Stomps, the Pangolier Disarms, the slows coming out from everybody on OG. And OG now already setting up for this Rosh. VP, what can they make happen here? They're running toward this pit, but this is a tough place to fight. As the smoke is broken, they see them up there too with the ET Spirit, and they're just committing forward.
Thompson just goes in up to the high ground. They get the stomp on the Patch. Patch is going to be the focus. The Splitter comes out. That's the AA out of the fight. Solo's dead, and so's Roger. They've lost both of the supports. Impetus is out onto Pasha. Pasha tries to turn with the heal. Ramses holding his ground. Looking towards No-Tail. Stomp comes out. No-Tail finally falls. Ramses gets the kill, but they've lost 4. They're going to lose 5. No one's surrounded. 5 dead on VP. Triple kill for Ana. The game just got even bloodier in OG's favor as they wipe the floor with VP, step back into the Roshan. It really does seem that there's no stopping OG in this game.
No, it really just doesn't feel like VP can take anything to them there. We see the backline, Solo just dies. There's just too much damage, right? Solo just dies to all of the different AoE that's coming out. And immediately they're just going to relocate to collect some bounty runes here on Ana and just continue this gold lead that they've been...
They're just playing it perfectly, and there's no opportunity for VP to do anything, it seems.
No. Look
Not
at this
a
fight here.
single play going their way.
They get the stomp, it's on Pasha. No-Tail just commits the splitter forward. Thompson, he just looks for Solo, kills him in one hit, and then from there, the fight's a disaster. Roger, he gets Guardian Angel applied on him, but it's all magic damage. It's all different types of form of damage, and it's just escape from VP trying.
And every time, Jarek's with the Rolling Thunder, he's hitting, heroes 6 times minimum.
Yeah.
He's always managing to find these situations where he's just knocking the entirety of VP about, and OG just diving the base now. Solo's dead. It's only 20 minutes in. It's 30-9. 30 kills at 20 minutes in for OG as they'll siege the high ground.
Such a beastly performance from Thompson here. Like, look at this. Just jumping in, kill after kill. 13, 2, and 10. Made all the space in the world for his team, put all the pressure onto it. Now Ramses, he's getting hit by this. He's getting hit by the spirits, the slow. He's got to back away, as they will lose this Rax. And Jarak shows up back to the show, and they just call it.
I think
Has to be expected.
it's over. This one,
It felt over for a long
I mean,
time.
it never even started for VP.
It really didn't.
This game never even started for them. OG ruling it from the off.
Jeez.
21 minute, a very painful beatdown for VP and OG, showing us that it wasn't just yesterday that they were having a brilliant time. Today, coming into it with one of the most one-sided games we've seen. Now, not necessarily the quickest, but a game where VP felt helpless the entire match.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Thompson, after he got this haste rune top, he gets the kills. You could see, like no one was just sitting in the middle. He's like, I don't know, I can't respond to this. Like, I can't
What
TP
does
to
he
this.
do?
He doesn't even have boots at that point as a Leshrac. He can't help out the teams. It's a level 4 Tiny ganking the tri-lane and killing all 3 heroes for that IO, turning the whole game around, doing it again. I think the best play that they could have maybe had is just like VP covering the runes, right? Just making sure that this Tiny can't just pop off getting all of them. But
even
Thompson
then,
just went absolutely crazy getting you could call it a little bit like, wow, he got great RNG getting that one, but it doesn't matter. He was the one to set up for
it
it.
certainly
and
helped.
That's what happens.
But that's Dota too.
That's Dota.
There is a little bit of RNG in it. If you can, not everyone could have done what Thompson did. He had the sort of the right sense of mind to make those sort of plays. And every time it was never a gank wasted. He was always getting in. Even the ones where he died, he was bringing down 2 heroes with him.
Yep.
And that one sort of lane in the laning stage, maybe for the first 1 minute, it was kind of like, oh, okay, maybe top lane's kind of hard for OG. They lose Ana. That's it. It turned around and nothing ever went back VP's way.
Yeah, it was just a super clean game by OG. Even though VP, they tried to fight back, yeah, they were just way too strong inside the team fights.
Well, let's see if VP can pick themselves back up and come into game 2 with something fresh, as they are going to need to step it up quite a bit to get on the level with OG, as OG having yet another incredibly dominating performance. This time it was an IO game where they didn't have to come back. They were ahead all the time, as a third victory for the carry IO goes the way of Ana. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back after the break for game 2 to see how VP pick themselves back up and to see if OG is going to continue to stay on the highest of forms. We'll see you for game 2 after the break between OG and VP. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the TNI group stage. I'm Only Pixel here with Fogged, and we're halfway through OG vs VP. We have just seen game 1, and it was a stomp. OG absolutely crushing VP. VP having no chance at all in a 20-odd minute game. Game 2 draft has begun, so we're going to set ourselves in, see what we've got going on. Are they going to ban the IO? They haven't yet. They banned the Mag. They've banned the Invoker.
I feel like it's like, do you ban the ET? Do you ban the IO? Which one's? What approach do you want to take? Because they ran it without the ET as well.
I think you got to ban the IO.
That's the statement, right? That's the one, right?
If you see
now you
AA
put it on
banned,
them. Yeah, now you put like you have to ban this.
You have to ban the IO.
They're gonna pick it for sure if VP does not ban it.
Oh no. Oh no, they left it in. Now will OG first pick it? Probably not.
Probably not. But
oh, maybe.
Maybe. But probably not.
Probably not. They'll probably leave it until later, but it is still available.
They've got their Enchantress if they want to go down that route.
I mean, it is hard, right? Because you can't blame VP for still wanting to ban those 3 heroes. You know, IO, Alk, you know, sort of pick your poison.
10 seconds.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That is the truth. When the AA gets banned, you have to like choose. You're just like,
5 seconds.
which one would you rather play against? And they're gonna do the Enchantress. Okay.
The same opening.
Yep. Still going for this really strong hero for 7.
Now, I'm pretty sure I've seen no one in Ramses play IO. Whether they practiced it for TI, but I've swear in the past there. Maybe they could do it themselves. We'll see. SD's going to be the pick again.
That can be the SD Lesh. Yeah. So now they at least
SD Lesh.
have the proper setup.
Sure.
This
It's
is what I
not
wanted. I
Lesh
didn't want
on
to
its
have.
own.
Yeah. I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Like the AA Grimstroke combo. It's not as good as it sounds. Like
Yeah.
you need to have these different types of setup. If you're picking a Leshrac, you can't be relying only on your Sven to be setting
now,
up. So already much better for me.
Do they just take the ET again? Same opening. Why not, right?
10 seconds.
You can punish the SD setup.
Yep. They can wait 5 seconds and decide. I think that they
Yeah.
might just do that. They've liked it so much.
Just take the ET again, right?
OG's turn to battle.
Okay. No, they want to go a different way. They want to go a
Similar.
different way.
Similar though with the breaking of the combo, right? So if SD does disrupt, you can shake or fissure
Okay.
and break stuff like that. And also this is gonna make it so that the lane, especially for the Enchantress, is even better. And I guess this is also technically a flex pick. It's more than likely Jerax.
Yeah,
but-
it's got to be Jarrett because it's set playing Ench.
Oh, I was just saying that maybe Thompson, if he sees like a situation where he likes it. But yeah,
Alright,
more than likely,
yeah,
I'm
true,
still gonna lean
true.
like 90%
Yeah.
toward for Jerax for this
5
one.
seconds remaining.
See the ban from OG. Did they take away any of the other heroes that we saw in that game 1 from VP? I mean, not really much reason to be scared of them
No, definitely not.
after it was not a strong showing from VP in game 1. OG absolutely crushed them.
Now you want to target one of those like 4 position heroes that work well with the SD and the Lesh. I still also don't mind like if they do want to decide just to ban at the Sand King. I think like Sand King Lesh is still just a great partnership
Yeah,
that they can
I mean,
always build.
and
And now
the
this time they
Sand King
don't
is
have the
there.
Omni,
Yeah,
right?
they didn't open with the Omni, which ended up not going too well for the last
Wow.
game. Still
Again.
afraid of the VP Naga.
Interesting.
OG's
Okay,
There's the
there you
IO
go.
ban.
Yeah, don't give
It
to him
won't be
this time.
left in this time.
But that can also be like if OG wasn't even like deciding to run it as well too. They're just like, all right, free ban. Thank you.
Well, I mean, sure,
I know a lot of
OG's
times
been
can be.
doing so well that they don't have to rely on the IO to win games. It's not like that. That's what the only thing has been that's winning. That's allowed them to win. They've got a lot of other options.
Yeah, those are just the best case scenarios where you're just like you pick a hero so many times that you're just winning over and over again. And now teams just are forced to ban it versus you. You get free picks now for yourself. You open up
Yeah.
your draft quite a bit here.
And obviously, last time when they picked the Lesh, they banned out the Pugna and the Rubik. Both of these heroes left in this time.
Yeah, this time the Rubik, though,
Rubik,
not as good because it's
unlikely.
not an Omni Knight as well. So,
But
but
the Pugna,
the Pugna
Thompson
definitely.
Pugna,
Mm-hmm.
can still certainly be appealing. I wouldn't be surprised if it is just the ban that they use here, though.
Yeah.
They banned it out last time when they picked Lesh. They won't ban it out this one. They'll continue to target Anna's hero pool, taking out Spectre and showing a Lina. So Lina, Lesh,
and
one
Lesh.
could be mid, one could be support. Probably the Lina, preferably mid. Would you say over Lesh? For no one at least, right? He's just had a rough game on the Lesh. I feel like he'd rather switch it up, and the no one Lina is quite a sight to behold.
Yeah, I would agree. Just then you have this support Lesh and Shadow.
Well,
Demon.
I mean, it could be no one Lina and a Ramses Lesh.
I would not like that at all. That's way too mid-gamey. They get BKBs, your game's over, right?
Do you not
Or
crush
game's
the...
super difficult at least.
Can you not just run like an aggro tri-lane with the Lesh and sort of crush the Ench?
You can. We've seen that before a couple times for sure.
Get an ET for yourself.
Yeah, I want them to have someone set up for
OG,
them. but
OG
they
take the
it,
ET
yeah.
for themselves. Well, let's see.
Very squishy already. I'm looking at VP.
Yeah, not a lot of beef.
Unbelievably squishy, but a heavy amount of ways to bring down Enchantress. That's what I'm seeing. This is like we're killing you, Seb.
10 seconds remaining.
What's the plan, VP? What are they going to show?
Need frontline. Lifestealer.
Yeah, Lifestealer does look very good.
Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna get Tanky Boy.
Okay.
On the off lane, Tide.
Combo breaker, right? We always call that one. Yeah, that big frontliner. Not the greatest versus Enchantress though. Enchantress is pretty good versus Tide.
I feel like Lifestealer looks not too bad for both teams.
Yeah, Lifestealer I was gonna say for OG earlier because Ev's seen a lot versus the Leshrac. I thought maybe they would ban it instead of the Spectre, but now it's bad versus SD, but good versus Leshrac and Lina.
Lifestealer looks pretty hot. Slark could also be tempting. Get that lane
Slark
against the Tide.
is definitely. The thing is that Lesh and Lina also are pretty good versus Slark.
Sure,
right?
it's
A lot of
AoE
damage.
stuns, but I feel like you could still just favour having such a good lane.
Because they're Tide, yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
That it may still be value. Having to build an early BKB this game.
Yeah, possibility.
And, you know, Anna's already had the Spectre and the IO taken away from him. His Slark is very good.
I feel like the other thing for VP why they wanted this Tide Hunter is because right now we see the squishy 3 heroes. This gives them a front line, but also provides some team fight. Right now I think VP's team fight was pretty lackluster. I looked at OG's Earthshaker Elder Titan, it looked way better. So at least this will counteract it a little bit.
And obviously, it is a Lesh and a Lina. Pugna's still there if they want to go that way.
Okay.
Another way, the Ember Spirit.
Okay. Squishy, remember, like Shadow Demon, Leshrac, Lina, squishy heroes, Ember Spirit loves to play versus those, especially with ET, old school classic, ET Ember Spirit. Sure, the Spirit doesn't buff physical damage, but, you know, Ember Spirit is a nice mixed variety.
And who's playing the Ember? Is it Anna or Thompson?
Still open, but I think this is Ana.
Yeah.
Just because of the Lina and
Anna's
the Lesh
more, yeah.
in the mid lane. But it's still, you can say, it's flexed. You're not for certain, as they're
And
still
they
thinking
they
that
do
it's
ban
Ana.
Thompson
Yeah.
Pugna.
That's
yeah.
what I would think
Yeah.
as well.
And as an Ember, would you have a good lane against the Tide? Well,
Yeah.
because of the magical, you can threaten him.
You can run him down.
Yeah. OG, final ban.
He has no way to break the, break that flame guard, of course, once you get to level 2. If he has Gush
Yeah.
level 1, you can break it, but maybe if Lina's there in the side lane too, then that's when they can put pressure onto the Ember Spirit because you're relatively low armor. It's gotten buffed, of course, a couple times, but
Wait, Gush is magical?
yeah.
Okay.
Gush is magical that
testing.
applies a minus armor of physical.
Ah, yeah, that's why I'm getting confused.
Yeah.
Can't even find it.
Oh, and he's a strength
I'll
hero.
just-
You're going under intelligence.
I'm lacking
I'm
that
helping
right
you out
now.
right now. Don't worry, man.
I'm struggling.
Nope, that's
that-
the wrong
that's
one.
the- that's
Nope, there you go.
Timbersaw.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
It's
right.
magical. There you go. You thought Gush was physical.
No,
you didn't think
but I
that.
knew it removed armor. But, yeah, it removes armor, right? So it's whatever magical spell removes armor, nothing, right? It's the only one in the game. Our final ban from OG. What's it gonna be? VP's lineup still has a lot of flexibility to it. They are assuming one of the Lina or the Lesh will be the support. They'll ban the Ramses live. See, like OG's final pick. It's Thompson Tiny. Thompson Tiny is going to be thrown into the mix once again. He had a brilliant game in game 1. Let's see what he can get done in game 2. It's pretty hot the first time round and was, of course, against the mid-Lesh. So we'll see if VP present the mid-Lesh once again or if they want to switch it around. This last pick should show us what's going to be coming out from VP. Will they pick something else for no one? Or is no one going to be playing one of these heroes and they've simply just left Ramses' hero till last? Still Magic Immune carries that are available. The Jug is in the pool. If they wanted to try and play something that's not going to feel too threatened by this sort of Shaker, ET, Ember, Tiny running around the map early on. Could potentially be one of the safer bets for Ramses. And let's have a look. What's it going to be? It's going to be the DK. So switching it up once more. Who's playing what? It's going to be no one unless it will be a Ramses Dragon Knight. Pasha, of course, on the Tide, and the support combo will be the Lina Shadow Demon with Roger and Solo. And over on OG, everything as expected from their lineup. So a Ramses DK. Is this...
Okay, sorry, I'm back.
I guess with the Ramses DK, Giannis, they're going to swap the lanes up. Lesh, no one maybe not wanting to go against Thompson again mid. Ramses wants to go mid this time and Lesh to the side lanes? Or do you
That's
think
what
they'll still put Lesh mid? Or do you think they want to swap lanes? Because are you picking a safe lane DK?
I wouldn't think so.
No.
No, I don't think so. I think that would be
I
Ramses
think this
mid,
is...
because you want to put the SD, you want to put the Leshrac versus that Enchantress.
Yeah.
They're picking again though. They picked the Shadow Demon Lina, so the supports are very squishy on the side of VP. But that's I think the reason why they double down now. They pick the Tide and the DK to have these frontliners for their team. Okay. Tide or Dragon Knight pretty good versus the ET as well. You don't really care about that aura even in any stages in the game. The magic does affect you quite a bit there, the amplification of it. But even if he's standing next to you, you have that plus armor, so you don't care too much about it. And your damage soaker versus the Tiny. But Enchantress, the first 3 are good against Enchantress. The last 2 are not the greatest versus Enches. You know, that's how the drafts usually tend to work. Okay.
Let's see. Ramses DK, is it gonna do it? But there's the scary
Topson.
boy himself, Topson Tiny. Just had a brilliant game. Let's see if he's able to have another.
See these lane setups, how they're going to be. Nope, it's still just going to be no one in the mid lane. They're putting
Alright.
Ramses actually in the safe lane, it
lane
looks
DK.
like. And they're going to try lane at the start with the Tide Earner. We've seen this a lot with the Gush starting at level 1. You look to just set up for early kills. So no one, this time around. I mean, he still was doing like okay in the lane matchup. It was just really about OG's rotation.
Sure.
Topson getting every single rune possible. So I think they have to keep better tabs of these runes, putting a ward up on this top side. If they're going to run an aggro lane, you put a ward on the top side. The last game, they ran an aggro tri lane, and they actually put their observer ward bottom. So they didn't actually see the rotations coming in. This time around, they've actually put the ward again down bottom. But are they going to put 2, is the question. Because they have to watch out for what Topson's able to do, what we saw that last time around. Just getting all those runes. We see a pretty clever ward here coming out from OG on this side here. They actually cut some trees to be able to put this one down. One of the first times I've seen this to be able to watch runes. So we'll see after we introduce all of our lovely players here.
So what VP can find with this invasion of OG's half of the map. They're heading into the jungle.
No tail.
They're going to find him.
He was
Gush
digging.
to set up into the light strike. They've got no tail. First blood. It's going to go the way of VP. They're going to try and give it to no one as well. Make sure that he gets that good start to the lane.
Very nice, yeah. Get him that early no talisman plus a salve so we can have a better matchup versus Topson.
OG do look to be on track to get 3 bounty runes though.
Yeah.
Dan is going to be able to claim the one over from VP's half of the map. And down bottom, Sep will be able to secure the 2 of them.
Ooh, Ana, he gives a poke to Pasha there with the slight. They're trying to cut him off here. They've got the Gush. They're going to do a lot of damage here to Ana. He's actually just forced to just TP. That's a play there. Jerax, of course, will be making it so that Seb has a great time down bottom with these fissures. Oh, the creep actually ran around the tower there. I love when the creeps do that. And he'll maybe even throw a second fissure to put in a very good, advantageous position versus Ramses. So Seb will have a good game here for sure in this matchup.
So obviously going with Ramses on the DK does allow VP to sort of leave him on his own. They can look to sort of help out the top lane once again without worrying about Ramses suffering too much.
I think Ramses is going to suffer anyway. I think he's just going to get hit by both of these two. And he
Alright,
can definitely just potentially
yeah.
die pretty early on. They're even giving him the body
This is
blocks.
some top tier body blocking from Jerax.
Yeah, they're not going to kill him, but he's zoned off the creep wave already.
I mean, do you think this was the plan to leave him on his own?
That looks like the plan that they
And
were
just
trying
hope
to
that
do.
he's going to be alright?
Thing is, the OG now, look what they did here. Since they did that fissure block there,
Yeah.
they actually have a doubled creep wave down here as well. So they're going to look to dive Ramses immediately with this double wave. How's top lane doing, though? Are they able to actually put the pressure on it at all here for onto Ana? Not at the start here. Ana's able to get a decent amount of last hits. As, yeah, you see, they're already getting ready to dive. Even pulling the creep wave away. Not wanting to let Ramses get almost anything down here. Just trying to slow him down. As here comes the beating. All these creeps. He wants them so badly. He's got Breathe Fire to at least reduce the damage a little bit and maybe set himself up for a couple here, but...
He's taking so much damage for it. With the way that they're just collapsing in behind the tower. We'll be able to cut his way through the trees. So much pressure being put on by both Seb and Jerax. Fissure block. They've got the damage to finish him off. Another slow. Ramses in just a terrible, terrible situation that his team have left him in down bottom. He's trying his best to hide, to run away with that tango regen. He's eating the tangos.
He's got the 2 points in the Dragon's Blood, another fissure in 5.
Oh, he's still alive.
He's making him work for it. There's another
He
fissure.
is.
Just throw it out there, and they will actually set it down. They miss quite a lot of last hits there, but they really just don't want him to get anything on Ramses down bottom.
I mean, why have VP gone for this? Why have VP saying we want to try them with the Tide, we want to leave Ramses on his own? What's the plan? What is this going to achieve for them?
They just want to make sure that they can pressure. I think that's the point, is pressuring Ana, rather than caring about how pressured Ramses gets. They're probably assuming that Ramses is going to get something at some point anyway, and it's not like he actually died without getting experience. It's not like he's level 1 when he dies. He's already almost level 4 on the DK, so it costed them a lot to go for that, as Ramses is probably still pretty okay dying there.
And the top tri lane will be able to punish N0tail. N0tail was trying to chase them down, give them the punch, but with the 3 of them, they have enough Disable and Burst to turn and kill them off.
And I saw this time as well, no one, he actually went to go get the rune early. At the 2-minute, like before the 2-minute mark, making sure that Topson can't do what he did last game and just snowball out of control because of these power runes.
Just keep him in the mid lane.
Yeah, and he's bought an early bracer this time as well after that no, so he's a lot tankier. He doesn't have to worry about just getting comboed down. So already adjustments being made by VP in comparison to that last game.
N0tail does certainly have to be a little careful how he steps forward. A setup and catches there from VP.
Yeah, even tipping Seb, as Seb not getting a couple of those last hits under the tower there. And Ramses, look at that, level 4.5. Higher level than Seb right now, and he'll be able to sustain down here until level 6 hits. Similar thing, Enchantress at 6, and yeah, he pushes you out of the lane. Top's been pretty quiet.
Just even CS really. And now the wraparound from JerAx does come into play. He's able to block off Roger. N0tail running down the Lina into the trees. Roger cannot escape. They'll let the kill go. Ana brings it with that final Flame Guard tick of damage.
Yep. Where we get the runes, it looks like Topson. He's going for another tossback play so he can check out the rune. He doesn't actually see it.
Let's be a little careful, Topson. He's trying to juke.
He's going for the kill here. No one gets the slow. He's gonna have another lightning in about 1 more second. He's gonna be able to get it on Topson. He doesn't have enough damage.
And now
And
Topson can turn.
He's gonna turn.
Oh no!
Oh
that is gonna tilt no one.
God, and he's dead. JerAx with the fissure.
Oh no! He's tilted. That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt if you know him right there.
Heads up play there. He tips JerAx though. He's like, all right, you know.
He's keeping himself in good spirits, but that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, definitely a painful one there. As I didn't actually get to point out earlier. So wait, what do we do? It's Ana gets the 4 poisons on him, and he does go down. But a trade kill does come out for OG. So no ward vision for OG in the start here. So they don't actually know where
And here goes Topson.
the runes are, but yeah, Topson with
As
that
soon
arcane.
as he gets a rune, kills mid, moves bottom,
Well, it's bounties
kills
as well.
bottom.
Bounty runes as well spawning, so these type of moves are just super beneficial because you're going to be able to refill your bottle twice as well after getting that
They
type
get
of
all
kill.
4 bounties as well.
They get all 4.
JerAx was set up top to take the 2 of them away from VP.
All right, so VP, they have made adjustments. It's still looking okay, but 5-3, and it's already a 2K gold lead because of those 4 bounties. JerAx seeming to be in the right place at the right time always so far in this game. He's continued to do so as top.
On top of N0tail. They can nuke him down. Dragon Slave comes out, but it's not quite enough to kill N0tail. They will be able to remove the Flame Guard from
Mid
Ana.
lane.
Back towards mid. Topson is the focus. See if no one can kill him off this time. Topson's starting to ball up, but there we have it. This time, VP will be able to take Topson out of the game. No one getting the backup he needed from Solo. Put a stop to Topson's reign across the middle lane and the bottom half of the map. Bottom,
That's level
Ramses.
6. He's
Just gotta
shining
stay
his eye around the
hidden.
trees.
Couple of impetuses should do it.
Ooh.
And there's no way the Ramses
Oh.
can hit back. He does have the Dragon Tail.
He's actually going to be okay.
And Seb's out of mana.
Wow.
Ramses will live.
Those 3 points in that Dragon's Blood. It's a little bit too much sustain coming out for Seb to go for that kill. Seb having to TP out to the shrine, and he will come back shortly. Yeah, Ramses has to be careful. That's that level 6, as we always talk about. Stop.
Can find down a hit.
They stopped the combo, though. JerAx fissures the Lina, so we can't get the Light Strike Array on Ana.
They can turn, take Pasture out with the stun control, and now into the trees they'll try and chase down Solo and Roger.
Squishy supports.
N0tail.
He's got the 2 points in
He
that
is
spirit. Look at
punching
the
hard.
damage.
Oh, he gets the punch out before the stun connects. So Roger's dead as well. Solo is also being hunted by JerAx and Ana. Very little chance for Solo to get out of this one. He's got a disruption to slow down the chase of the Ember Spirit, but JerAx is still hot and on top of him. And Solo,
He's making him spend a lot of time for
He
this, though,
is.
at least. As Ana will secure the kill. He tried to block him with a tree, and Ana's like, oh, okay, I'll get some extra tango regen, thank you. Yeah, great plays there, though. That's what we were talking about. Is the Earthshaker plus that other Titan when you're playing versus Shadow Demon, Leshrac, Shadow Demon, Lina, something like that, always going to be useful to disrupt that combo. So we saw Shadow Demon disrupts, Lina unable to land the combo, and then ET, when he's playing versus tri-lanes like this, even though it's a 5 position on No-Tail, you get your Spirit on 3 heroes, and you are hitting for, you already have plus 120 just from the heroes. You hit a couple creeps, you're going to be sitting at that plus 150 that he did have, able to chase them out easily. Topson making his way toward bottom, but they have River Wards this time. VP, they are going to see this move.
See if they can burst down Seb.
Gets the heal off.
Seb.
Turn for Solo.
He is. Master hit him with the impetus. Fisher controls there for JerAx. Solo. It's into the trees though. Able to fog him and make sure that vision is lost.
Topson can make the move down, but like we said, that was spotted by VP's wards. Another rune spawning bottom, an arcane this time for Topson. Another arcane, actually. He did have one before that as well, or earlier. Ana. Getting dropped very low.
So he comes back in. Nice dodge of the light strike. Flame Guard still protecting him from that Dragon Slave hit. And now with the TP in, No-Tail going to try and turn and go for Roger. Good sidestep. Dodges the light strike array again, and No-Tail
Super nice sidestep, actually.
continue to run him down.
Wow.
JerAx is in position.
That was like the most perfect sidestep I've actually seen. That was pretty crazy there by No-Tail's bottom.
Going to try for Seb again, but he gets that Nature's Attendance off. Have they got the magical burst? They do. They get the kill. No one and Solo will find him.
Nice. I like how VP reacted in moving the lanes around. They still have Pasha up top, but they sent the DK mid and they sent the Leshrac bottom, so he has that matchup versus the Enchantress. So some smart moves coming out, but Ramsey's in the mid, getting comboed up. He gets the stun, and Topson, he's got an arcane rune. He's
He
like,
wants to
I'm
chase
committing
this.
for this.
He's going to have combo again in a second, and Ramsey's just trying to hide behind the tree. Oh, he's juked him. Although these Topson's not going to search any further around that tree. Ramsey's able to keep himself on the opposite side. Topson won't find him, and Ramsey's will be able to get back to safety.
Topson cuts his own tree path. No one knows, but he will get away from that there. They're actually committing the splitter up top here.
It's going to be enough damage. The Flame Guard, it is. They'll get the kill. Roger does manage to land the light strike. Ramses is coming as well. Won't go for the commitment. Back in the jungle, Solo and No One. They've got the setup with the disruption. They're straight in on top of Topson. Topson getting burnt down. They'll kill the Tiny. No One this time round in game 2, getting these kills, getting the setup, and as you say, something that was missing in game 1, we're seeing it here in game 2,
Yeah.
allowing No One to have this early game impact.
Just having Solo, having the support with the setup is just so important as No One. He continued to look for the pressure onto Seb while also top Ana will be able to remnant himself away. Seb being chased out here. They're really stalking him. Seb, he gets the heal off, gets his strength treads on as well.
They've got the damage to outdo the heal. The TP will be coming in. Seb trying to turn Solo, disrupts him. Stops the impetuses from flying forward. Topson's coming with the TP. He's trying to chase. Avalanche will connect upon him as he still hides across the trees. Doesn't matter. Solo is found by Topson as he slaps him down with the tree. At the same time, worth noting, 10 minutes in, VP were able to claim all of the bounty runes.
Very nicely, very nice for VP. As top though, again, Pasha, he steps up too far. It's looking pretty dead. A couple more hits. He's juking him. He's got a bottle too. He's getting some charges. Ana dropping low. And he gets the Ravage. Ana
Pasha?
gets the remnant away. Is he gonna actually survive
Pasha
here?
still wants to chase it. He got so close to killing him, he won't find it.
He's gonna dodge the stomp as well. Pasha
And that is the Ravage out.
does survive though, at least. Puts pressure onto Ana, but Ana will just remnant back in as full HP. Also restore some in No-Tail's mana as well up in that top lane. He'll survive.
The extra setup. Once again, we're seeing it time and time again. This time Seb does have JerAx by his side, but No One. The overwhelming damage, it's too much for Seb to heal through. Kill after kill now for No One's Lesh.
It's all about these movements, the way that they switched it up, right? They actually decided, well, they didn't actually just get messed up because of like the haste runes and everything. They were much better about controlling the runes. That's the big thing I saw changed here with No One. He has the setup from the SD, but also he's played it differently. He's made sure to emphasize more about getting those power runes and just moving around the map more. Bottom JerAx. Trying to juke the stuns. We'll get the fissure out to at least block them off. Yeah, much better start this game.
Absolutely. Having that SD Lesh opening has just made the whole draft look so much more effective. Topson will find No One, but at this point, No One's got the items that he will not die to the combo of Topson.
Another arcane rune. Wow. He's got the phase boot with the wind lace that I saw him buy last game too, that little bit of extra movement speed, and the double bracer this time. So that Blink Dagger is going to come in quite a lot later.
Find Roger off the side. Roger's got no one and Solo here. They may have killed the Lina, but they're ready for trying for the turnaround. Jarex looks to walk in with the Echo Slam. It's not going to be enough damage as Jarex will fall for it. Does make the space for Topson to disengage. In fact, Topson, he wants to get back in. Anna's jumping in aggressively with the Remnants, but it's by the Shrines. TPs are coming in from
VP's
VP. VP's ready to turn. They're in with the Dragon Tail stun onto Topson. Pre-fire brings him down low. He's ticking down to the Dragon's blood, and he's going to die. That's Topson out. Anna will be able to jump across, finish off no one. Now Seb's come in with the impetuses. Can OG get the cleanup, Ramses?
Ooh, nice body block there from Pasha. Not allowing them to get that kill.
They will get Solo. OG able to go aggressive by the Shrine area and do come out on top despite losing Tops, and they may even get Roger as well.
He just TP'd down here.
No, he didn't.
He just TP'd into the tower.
Wait, what?
Just gave his life. He just walked into them.
Oh.
Looked like he was trying to help out his teammates, but his teammates had already bailed each other out.
Oh no, Roger.
1, 5, and 3 on Roger. Another pretty rough game for himself there. They're still in an okay spot, of course. Like it's only that 1K lead, but that one was, yeah, he just gave up his life.
I'll see this again.
Yeah, see, he's still like, actually, she's still lingering around. He didn't TP. He TP'd a little bit earlier, but you see he's kind of like lingering around the area, and he just gets caught out instead of running to his tower. So, okay, he didn't TP. He had been there for a bit. Try Roger.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Dog gets caught, though.
1K lead for OG.
Yeah.
It isn't, as we say, a repeat of game one. There's definitely chance for VP in this one, as they are quick to strike back. They come back into the game. They've got the setup on top. Topson's chain stunned up. VP will hit back on the big kill.
Very nice. They're not slowing down at all. They're still looking to take all these fights versus OG. They have a very fast-paced lineup on themselves. Even though they have Ravage, it's not like they're really relying on it to take all those fights with that SD, Lash, and Lina. And Pasha's actually just going for a rushed Blink Dagger, something we do not see very often on the Tides.
Bottom tower is under attack.
It could definitely catch OG off guard.
I think just having this draft where there's so much follow-up stun, getting the big initiations is going to be capitalized on massively. And again, the setup onto Seb. Laguna, Ravage catches also
Catches on it.
the Ember. Perfect play from VP as both cores on OG are taken out. The stuns, it makes all the difference. The setup, the follow-up, VP have got it all in their draft.
The setup this time around, like Solo, he's able to make so much happen. The last game, was really hard to say anything, right? But as this one, when he's in Shadow Demon rather than AA, you can see he feels so much more comfortable. He's just running around and setting up for kills constantly for his team with no one. Now they're setting up also for these bounty runes, so they should be able to solidify themselves at least 2.
2 for 2. With Topson being down bottom, we'll be able to grab those. But
Great aggression coming up from VP.
no one is just taking over the game this time around. It's such a night and day performance from him. 6K lead, everything going the Lesh's way. Jules Scepter done. 15 minutes in. And Ramsey's getting the space for his farm. He's going to be going for the armlet. Tread sprays Massey into armlet. And once he has that armlet, it's going to be very hard for OG to kill him. It already is.
Yeah, they still have a good amount of damage that goes through it, right? They have a lot of magic damage, and the impetus is always still going to be a problem, but they're taking up.
He's going to have that HP.
Yeah, they're taking up. He's fissured in a little bit of a weird spot here, but like you said, he's very tanky. And you see, I think everybody on the side of VP, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Solo.
4 bracers.
Setup's there. No one's going to have the follow-up. The heal. He didn't get it off quite yet, Seb. Finally gets it out. Anna is here.
He's got 1 charges.
And with the heal, he's going to be fine. No one goes straight for the TP out. Anna gets in position to ensure that the chains do land on no one and will cancel that TP attempt out. Now they jump into the trees onto Solo, and this time round, Solo and no one will be punished for hunting for the action.
It's starting. You know, going for those kills, it works in the beginning because the Enchantress doesn't have the level 10 talent. But when Enchantress starts getting the 10 talent and you get your 1 charges in particular, it really starts being a lot harder for you to set up as a Leshrac going for these kills onto Ench. So right there, it's pretty close to a tier 2. So a bit risky with only 2 heroes setting up for that there. OG quick to respond. And speaking of quick to respond, could also be a quick Blink Dagger. Jarex having a very spectacular game so far. 3-1 and 6. He's 400 gold away from it already. He actually might have it at the same exact time as Topson.
One of the ways then that if they do see someone get disrupted, you are going to have that jump that can try and get yourself on top of the heroes that are looking to follow up the disruption. Interrupt that light strike array, interrupt that split up. A A lot of ways to sort of break the combos that VP have been very successful in laying down so far.
And since Ramses is the only like actual traditional, like I mean, not traditional carry, but carry is Kiro, he's actually gone for the Midas.
He's actually, okay, chain.
So he wants to get those levels. I think it's one of the more appropriate items on Dragon Knight in particular, because if you look at his talents, he has a 210 GPM talent as well.
You want to get that online as soon as you can.
Yeah, it really lets you just scale to crazy potential, because this hero has a lot of items you can get. We saw Chaos playing, and he went for like Daedalus, and he ends up getting to be this super kind of carry hero. And eventually, maybe we'll see an Aghanim DK at some point in the game, which I know we're all hoping for.
As you said, it's already hard to go on Seb. He's now got the full hood, so now he's pretty much a no-go.
And he's
if
gonna
they see him, you cannot commit.
Yeah, he's gonna double down too, and he's even queued up a BKB afterwards. So he's understanding too, like the physical damage. You look at VP's draft, it's not really there. It's mostly magical damage. On OG, they have a lot of mixed that's coming out from their draft.
Well, Seb's come in with this TP and smoke. He is sort of surrounded by 5 members of VP. Doesn't seem like he cares. He'll still walk forward, show himself. JerAx smoked up. Blinker's available.
He knows he's too tanky for them to kill now at this point. Just running in with that hood. Doesn't even pop the active just yet, just waiting for them to go on him at first, because they have these double blink daggers. JerAx as well as Topson. Ana started to also run over.
See how they can start the fight. They've got the ward down, OG, so they've got the vision of all of them pretty much. Ana comes in from the side with the slight spam. They'll try and turn with the setup stun. Ravage comes out on the side. JerAx is in. Catches the 2 of them with the Echo Slam. Will be Laguna. Light Strike Raid. JerAx getting stunned up.
He's still alive.
Gets the Fissure out. He gets all of his spells out before he falls. And there'll be a buyback for no one in the attempt to turn things around, but they've already lost both Roger and Solo. Ramses focusing onto No-Tail. They'll get a second support kill in return. Topson's in with the combo, tossing them into the 2, setting up perfectly for the Sleight of Fist. Interchange from Ana. Topson with that setup combo will allow OG to clean the fight right up.
And that's a no-one dieback. He joined back up toward the fight. They threw everything onto Seb, and he's still fine. The hood, the talent, the strength treads, the wand charges, even though they throw out the combo perfectly, all the chain stunts, he still survives. They only lose No-Tail.
And
look how much damage.
They lost JerAx as well.
Sorry,
but I mean, both JerAx and No-Tail, they've got every single spell.
They got everything off.
JerAx was able to get in, Echo Slam on the 2 heroes, Enchant Totem, even gets the Fissure out in his last breaths.
Yeah.
And VP lose the fight.
And they have to, die back on the Leshrac too, who dished out a crazy amount of damage in the fight, but just so many different ways to mitigate it on the side of OG because of that Enchantress. Seb, understanding how tanky he is. I'm going to see that one again here. They get the initial jump onto No-Tail, but he's tanky. It's an Elder Titan with a Bracer with a lot of stick charges as well. See the backlines. No one. He is focusing everything on Seb. You see the chain stuns coming out, the Ravage, but they get the control. JerAx able to get the stun, and Seb survives during all of it.
Back in the game, Fissure. Will block Ramses and Solo, sort of separate them from the team. Solo's going to be the easy kill. Ramses trying to get away, but Ana's going to be hot in the chase, jumping on top of him with the Remnants, turn with the Dragon Tail. Wants Ana back a little bit, but still, a Sleight of Fist chains comes out. He's getting melted, shredded by Seb's impetuses, and it's more kills for Ana, as Ana's net worth has just shot up sky high, as he is nearly 2K.
He's 10-2-8.
Ahead, it's over 2K ahead of the cause on VP's side.
Yeah, he's got 20 kill involvement out of the 24 for his team already so far. OG just look at this. Look at the way they're playing. They're not farming, pushing out lanes. They saw someone on the map. They saw no one. They want him. They want blood.
Oh, no one.
No mercy.
They found him. The Fissure block off no one. What's the best play he can do? He has no TP for 40 seconds. He came up to this top lane. He'll quickly be sent back as Death back to bat for no one.
And look at this again, Ana. He's already setting up a Remnant. He TP's bottom, but he sets up a Remnant near his team as well. So he's going to push out bottom and still be able to join the fight around his team. And he has also a DD inside of the bottle there too. So Ana already dishing out a lot of damage in the fights. This is going to make it even more so. As you have Ramses. He had the Midas, he's going for the armlet, but we're seeing how much damage they can dish out because they have so much different forms of it on OG. Mixed, magical, just that pure damage that comes out from the impetus as well. They're even spotting out the stacks now too. They're like, oh, VP's been preparing a triple stack for that DK when he uses his DK form to farm this, and they're just going to take it themselves.
And not a whole lot that VP can do about that.
Nope. They can just watch and sap some experience. So the armlet is finished up, so decent amount tankier for Ramses. Still so much damage that OG does have. And it's amplified too, right? So, because that ET. And Wow, Sab actually, if you saw, he went back for a Midas. So he's feeling pretty confident. He's like, I'm tanked up. I'm ready. I don't need the BKB just yet. I want to be able to transition and scale more. They're probably feeling super confident after the last 3 moments as they jump forward.
Setups there. Roger, one more impetus, and he's dead. They get the kill. They try and turn onto Topson, but Topson's tanky. Ravage from the side. Does it get anyone? I don't think it does. Jarex is in. Echo slams out. He'll use himself up in the air, but no one's surrounded. Tossed up. No one is dead. So is Ramses, surely. He's got the arm that toggles. He's trying his best to run away. The chase is there. Stomp is out. Double kill for Topson. And
Ana hit him with the slight before he was able to blink and Ravage. He
Oh,
actually hit him
no.
with the slight up on the high ground. I actually want to see it again
no.
if he had vision for that too.
they're just getting cleaned up here. It looked like there was some hope for VP at the start of this game, but that hope, it's falling away.
I mean, it looked like it could have been a great Ravage coming in
I
there,
think
but
you're
he just
right.
gets
It was the slight.
slights.
It's
I
gotta
saw
have
him.
been.
I saw
It's
him
gotta have
slight.
been.
I just didn't see if he had vision. That was the one thing. That was a heads-up play there by Ana, canceling that. And they're just continuing to cruise forward now.
They really are. Not as easy of a start for OG in this game compared to game 1, but now at 23 minutes in, it's looking to be a bit of a repeat at the first match.
It's just relentless team fights. Like I said, if you looked at the way that they were running around the map, they were just like, okay, we have lane pushing in one side, but who cares? We're going to look to just keep fighting and bringing it to VP because we have this fast-paced
Let's
draft.
see it again.
Let's
So
see. Do they
watch
have
him.
the vision? I think the ET maybe gives vision. Yeah, No-Tail gives vision on the side there. The Spirit hits him. He's keeping the Spirit on top,
He's
so the
ready.
blink is coming. Oh, no.
I don't think
He actually didn't.
his blink was on cooldown.
It was on cooldown.
Something had cancelled
actually
it again.
canceled it.
What was it? Let's see that again.
VP?
Something did interrupt his blink.
VP smoking out. Because the Spirit had already been 3
The
seconds.
Spirit
right?
had already passed over him,
It had already
right?
been 3 seconds, so. I thought it was actually the Slight that had caught it, okay. But they do find a catch here now. The smoke
Hey.
coming out from VP, they will be able to find Jarex. OG.
Oh, they'll get Roger. Stomp up. Anna's on top of him. Adding another kill to his tally, Anna.
Quick and easy one.
12, 2, and 10. Let's have a look at it. What was it? What was it? Let's have a look. He's on the high ground. Spirit already hits him. Spirit hit him there. So it wasn't the Spirit that cancels it. What? What?
It looked like, I thought the Slight had him, but it didn't look like it did. No, I think the Slight actually did clip him. I think the Slight clipped him.
I didn't.
I don't know. It didn't look like it in the replay, but it looked like it in the game when I'd seen it initially. I don't know. That's interesting.
Maybe yeah. It was something.
It was still
Something
canceled. It was
stopped the blink.
canceled, though. It was canceled. It's not he ravaged the floor. It was canceled.
Yeah.
Was it maybe a flame guard tick during the
Ah,
sleight of
wasn't
fist that hit
close
him?
enough.
Someone get on the case.
Someone get on the case. Wait, I can get on the case, can't I? Can I see somehow? If I leave the game and mind myself, I won't do that.
Top VP. Set up on the bounties. The ravage. It connects on
this
Ana.
time, that one hits. That one hits. Pasha, he's got both. All right. Pasha's back, boys and girls.
They were all set up on that rune. OG, though, they're buying back. He had the Remnant already down. They're looking to
no,
fight
it's
this.
as quick as he's... Oh, this time Jarex.
Jarex just echoed the floor.
He echoed the floor.
But
But,
they
it
didn't
didn't
need it.
matter. It didn't matter. It was a taunt. So I could do that too, boys. He slams the floor. But hey, that's 4 dead. OG continue to have that lead with that buyback from Ana, and they'll step straight into Roche. Let's see that one again. I think it's only fair if we play that replay, right? You know.
His blink wasn't canceled that time.
Oh, that was just Jarex not pressing blink.
I think he just didn't click blink, if I saw that right. Those happen. They still cleared the fight.
I mean, it happens to the best. Happens to Pasha. Happens to Jarex.
It's TI, you know.
This Roche will go the way of OG.
I think the biggest thing that they identified there was Ana was probably telling his team, guys, I got a Remnant down. I can come back in the fight, take the fight. So he buys back and jumps back in, and then they're able to go for that Roche play around it too.
Let's have a look. You know, we exposed Pash, so we've got to expose Jarex as well. Watch that. Watch up on the... There.
Yeah, he wasn't canceled. It's
but
okay.
It's okay. He did need it. See, his team's winning. He don't need no Echo Slam. Still a 13k lead. Roshan going the way of OG. Aegis on Ana, so that vulnerability that he may have had because he bought back is totally eradicated.
Yep. And no one's game. He was having a great start in this one, right? He's 6, 8, and 8 now. He had to go for a blink dagger just for positioning to be able to go for split pushing as well. He's very squishy now. He's just all the way down on that net worth. Almost getting tied up by Jarex. Now all of them kind of trapped inside their base. We've seen this quite a number of times now. Teams just getting that map control and continuing to grow that lead. So he just all kind of farming out. Topson as well as Ana playing on the enemy side, the rest of his team farming on their side. And yeah, continuing to grow with their Tricore that scales quite nicely. While you look at VPs, they don't scale in the greatest manner with this.
Well, not until the super late game Dragon.
And then even then you're playing versus super late game with when they have an ET who buffs up everything. He makes everyone do more damage. And Solo.
Rest in peace.
Goodbye. From a distance. Oh, are they really? That's just mean.
Hey, he dodges it.
He dodges it at least.
He's not dead yet. But he is dead. Oh. Oh, he styles on him.
That's just
oh,
mean.
He waits.
That's just me.
He needed the Maelstrom, but
yeah,
he
if
relied.
he didn't get the Maelstrom, he would have lived.
Oh my! Oh, that is brutal. I love it, Anna. Just letting him.
Oh, he bought a Dagon. He just bought a Dagon.
Oh, the humanity.
I mean, they're like, oh, let's just get all magic damage this game. He's got the spell amp talent too. He's playing versus DK, unless these heroes are squishy. Ana is just Ana.
Oh man, poor old Solo.
Like definition of
That
style.
was
That was definition of a style play.
That was OG in a nutshell there. We're winning. We're gonna kill you in style. We're gonna see it again.
Like he could have just walked up. He could just be hitting, but they're just toying with him.
Poor old Solo. Just let him live. Let him live. And Ana even lets him feel a little safe.
Like he could just hit him.
He heads to the trees.
He doesn't remnant, doesn't hit him, nothing. He's just like, all right, I'm going to kill you with the
And then the slight, not enough, but the Maelstrom, that is.
Just mean. Just mean as VP.
That's bullying. They're
looking for something. Seb breaks it, immediately positioned up on this high ground. 15,000 gold lead, 20,000 experience lead. Dota plus 96%. Jerax jumps in forward.
They're tanky though, so they don't kind of care. Echo Slam for what? We're fine, boys, and now no one's going to come up with the wraparound from the top. He's looking towards Jerax, but there's the jump from Ana. Ravage does catch out Ana. Seb with the wraparound. He's looking for Roger. Pashes in with the gush. There's going to be the double buybacks coming out from VP. They're trying their best to turn this one around. They do land the stun onto Seb, but Seb, the heal, the Nature's Attendance keeps him alive. Ana's falling low, but he's going to live. Finally falls, but he has the Aegis. He's ready for round 2. They do chase down Jerax, but no one is finished off. 2 dead without buyback, 3 dead without buyback. Ana getting the triple kill.
They want more. Topson. Okay, looked like he was going to blink up on the high ground.
He was thinking about jumping up there.
They put a base ward. Now they're going to dive.
Oh, they're diving.
Ooh, slight chains off the mark. This is the fountain, guys. Back up. OG.
OG.
Oh my God. They're feeling so confident.
Have a bit of mercy.
They're just feeling so confident.
They are. I mean, they should. They're 18k ahead, 40 to 19, 30 minutes in. They are owning the entirety of the map. Everything is theirs to take. Now VP back to the struggles that they had in game 1.
OG they're playing on a whole nother level right now, honestly. The draft overall looked pretty solid for them here in this one too. VP kind of with a little bit of a weird one when they have this DK in the safe lane and double spell damage. You know, they don't really have this great type of scaling. If they do hit a bit of a weird time in the mid game, the later game gets super difficult, and OG just ran over this mid game in crazy succession. As now they will continue to grow their lead, picking up all these bounty runes, picking up the power runes as well. 30 minutes in.
Everything coming together for OG.
Yeah. Even now finishing up the pipe as well for Seb after he picks up a BKB after that Dragonlance. So killing him is going to be pretty impossible, as it has been quite a lot already. And the rest of his team also, as you know, Topson 3,600 HP. The damage just isn't there for VP. They have Soul Catcher, which is always fantastic to make it feel like you have that much more, but it just really doesn't feel like they have it. So OG continue to control this. Jerax
gotta stay hidden.
He's on the prowl. He's got a Blink Dagger on no one in 3 seconds. Can he hide himself?
No, look at that Midas efficiency as well for Ramses. It's been a tough one. 67%.
No one.
That's not great. He's gonna show.
Oh, he showed himself for a second.
He showed. He went for the stun onto Seb. I mean, that's never gonna work out well for you.
He's got the blink out. Nope, he gets Dagon. He showed himself.
He stunned Seb. There was no sort of.
I think he was
trying to stay hidden.
I think he was trying to do a cheeky stun into lightning and then blink and TP out, but he showed himself actually from the tree line. So Seb just saw him and hit him. And now Jarek's already positioned up top. They're looking for Pasha. Everyone's starting to rotate over. OG, you know they want to constantly fight. And here comes the rest. Jarek, is he going to throw the Echo?
He might slam for this. He will. Slams down. Pasha's out. Jarex and No-Tail teaming up for the big boy. Back in the river. Roger also dead. OG.
Completely dismantling VP.
Oh, this is just traumatizing for VP. This series is one that they don't want to remember. They're not going to want to. As OG have just broken them down.
It really is just no mercy whatsoever coming out from OG. They're like we said, they're just running around from lane to lane looking for the battles. With this now 43 to 19, 25k gold lead, 30k experience lead. No, Dota Plus 99%.
99%.
They're hitting on their axe.
Gaben approved. There is 1% there for VP.
Doesn't feel like there's even 1%.
Can they find that 1%? Ramsey's dying like this at
He's just
tier
dead to
4s, they
Impetus.
probably can't. As he's dead, they're over onto no one. No one is dead as well.
They're going to call this one. Yeah, I mean, it's for sure over. Yeah, they call
It's over. GG, the pain will
My
finally
God.
come to an end for VP as OG looking as terrifying as ever. An easy 2-0 for them against Virtus Pro. As this will go down as a series that VP, you don't want to mention this one to them.
No,
this
definitely
is
not.
not a series that there's really much for them to take away from. They just got absolutely crushed in both matches.
Yeah, they had, like we
Both
said,
matches.
this one, they had a little bit of a better
A
laning
little
start.
bit.